Hey everyone, it's Grizz. I'm back in the garage again, working on the trusty, the KTM. So what has happened since last time? Well, I've stripped the bike down. I've taken off the radiator. We'll have a look at that in a sec. The seller has sent me out a new cap for the radiator. So I've got a new radiator cap because that was leaking most definitely. He also, very kindly, sent me out another thermostat, because he said maybe the thermostat could be stuck or faulty. So new thermostat to go on the bike, new thermostat, new radiator. What else? Oh, I've also got some oil and an oil filter from work, so that's cool. I thought while I'm doing this, I just might as well go through it and give it a proper going through. I had a look at the service history, and it's got a full service history, but it looks to me like possibly the last service was done about a year ago. So I just figured, you know what, I'm doing all this work, I might as well get on, or I'm stripping this all down, I might as well get on and do just a basic service on it, you know. Seems a little bit like a lot of work for a bike that might be broken, but I'm pretty confident. I kind of know what I'm dealing with, I think. With this bike, as I said in one of the previous vlogs, it has to be bled out, and unless you raise the front end about 20 odd inches, it's very difficult to bleed out, and then you end up with an airlock. I drained the the coolant, should I say. That was quite kind of grimy and dirty. It's not really what I would classify as good quality coolant. There's no oil in this. It looks a bit murky. I drained it into my oil draining container, so it's not the cleanest fluid at the moment. Sorry if I'm a bit gruff. I think I'm getting a bit of a cough or something, a bit cold. But anyway, Grizz is pushing on. He wants to get this bike finished. I'm glad you all like the new bike. I'm liking it. I'm really loving it actually, and I just want to get it back on the road and have another ride again. So let's get this work done. So let me show you the bike, and we'll have a look over it. And you can have a look. It's so easy to work on this bike in comparison to like the S1000RR. I love it really. It's super easy. The radiator was super easy to get off. Let's have a look at a closer look. Let's have a closer look at the rad. Right. So here is the rad, and here is the repair. Now, I don't think it's particularly great, in my honest opinion. I would replace that radiator. I've seen a brand new one for £250. I don't really want to be spending that right now, but it might well be an option for the future. Yeah, there's a little bit of kind of wear and tear. I thought this bike, or this radiator, actually only had one fan, but it has two on the back, so it's got plenty of cooling going on there. But yeah, I'm gonna fit the thermostat, fit the radiator cap, fresh fluids, and bleed it out. Bleeding out is going to be another thing altogether. I'm going to have to kind of load it up in the back of the van to get the right angle that I've got. Also got that oil, as I said. Anyway, let's get on. Let me show you also the bike. Right then, here is the bike. Look at this carbon fibre, it's so lovely. I do love the carbon fibre. Anyway, it's not about the carbon fibre, it's about the rust. It's quite rusty in here, isn't it? But it's going to be alright, guys. It's not really the cleanest or tidiest. To be fair, Grizz could really do with taking this bike apart bit by bit, cleaning it up and putting it back together again. But at the moment, I just want to fix the issues that are with it, and then we'll come back to it and start tarting it up a bit. So what have we got here? Let me get that light in the right position. Right, here is the let me make sure I got it in shot for you. Here is the thermostat. That is quite old, as you can see, and could do with replacing, so I'm very thankful that the seller has sent that. So that is going to come off dead quick. Just undo the attachments here. I decided to take the radiator off because I wanted to clean out the radiator properly and flush it out. So the radiator's gone. Wanted to change the plugs, but that's not happening today. I've got to get the correct tool. So let's crack on. Let's get the radiator flushed out. Let's change over the thermostat, get a new cap on, put some fresh coolant in it, and yeah, get it all back together again and get it bled out. Right, progress has been made. New thermostat is on. The radiator is back on. I've cleaned the radiator up, put the res bottle back on. It's quite dirty inside, but yeah, you can still actually see the fluid level when it's filled up. I don't really know why I'm sticking the light behind that, but anyway, so thermostat on, radiator on, cleaned up, and here is the old thermostat, looking rather weathered and rusty. Make sure you wear protective gloves when you're handling all these things, guys. It's not this coolant mixture isn't really very good for you to ingest. Old radiator cap, new radiator cap, bleed screw. That's the last thing we put on the radiator, but everything is fixed up on the radiator and it's basically ready now to get some coolant in it. I am using Castrol motorcycle coolant. I'm doing a 50-50 mix as recommended by the seller. So yeah, let's give that a go. How do you get 50-50 mix? Well, it's a litre. We need to pour out half a litre, 500 ml, and then fill up the remainder with some deionized water. This stops it from all freeing up inside the engine, so always make sure you use that purified water, deionized water. Yeah, so that is my 50-50 mix. Let's stick it in the bike, and next I'm gonna have to kind of bleed it out. Look, the bike is completely raised off the ground apart from the back. I've put some chocks underneath the footrest. It's precariously balancing. You hear like a big gasping noise where all the fluid starts getting, well, all the fluid goes down, and this radiator filler cap becomes the highest point basically. Sorry for the shaky workmanship, I've just struggled like mad to do this. Take out the bleeder, take out this bleeding nut, screw, whatever you want to call it, and loads of fluid comes out. Basically you want all the air out of this side, and it's filling up this pipe here, so all the system is filled up now. I also bled out, and I'll do it once more now, I've also bled out down here as well. Ooh, bike is going to go over. Right, I better stop messing around. Yeah, so that is the air out of the system basically. Grizz is pretty happy with that. This is not very clever. I need to put the bike back down. Silly things I do. Right, I'm going to end it there, guys. That's it for today. I hope hopefully I can get this bike sorted. Hopefully it's all going to be fine and the bike is going to not boil over again. Hopefully that thermostat, new radiator cap and some fresh fluid and it all bled out properly is going to fix the problem. Stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully it's going to be good news and the bike's fixed and we can go out and start having a bit of fun. Some wet winter fun in the on the KTM. Sadly, talking of wet winter fun, sadly also the lamb chops ride didn't happen with the H2 and his GSXR got rained off. So sorry for that, guys, but there will be more obviously on the channel, and when the weather improves, probably next summer now, I might actually be able to bring you that ride with lamb chops. But for now, you're going to have to stick with good old Grizz and Taffy and yeah, all the other fun bits that are due to come. Anyway, I'm talking rubbish. I'm going to go. I'm going to sort this bike out and hopefully bring you some good news on the next vlog. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers all. Bye, 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 bye.